On our way from the barn, I started my video, but I was rudely interrupted by a little munchkin in the back. What a great 2021. It's almost over now. Our last two starters of the season go behind the gate tonight. Oddly enough, it's going to be a race-off between So and Sue and LD's Patrick. I can tell you who my favorite in the race-off is right now. So and Sue had a curb crowd last week. She's a little short. She didn't train going into this week's race. Does she need to? Does she have to? She's always wound pretty tight, so I'm sure she'll be okay. But LD's Patrick trained like a monster. I'm driving LD's Patrick tonight. James is driving So and Sue, and I think they both have a pretty good shot in that class tonight. Last night we watched our newest horse, Jekyll and Hyde, race, second in 56. Another horse that I think was a pretty good purchase. Now I didn't take credit for this. I didn't purchase this horse. Steve had purchased this horse and said, "I'd like to keep it in Ohio. Do you have any interest in buying some shares out?" Absolutely. Addie Bear, don't do that, boo boo. You can pick me a winner. No, do that, little bugger. So Steve had sold 75% to us. He kept a quarter of the horse. We bought him out, raced him last night. He raced good, second in 56 and 3. I was very happy with him. Now he was quite a ways back, but he was only meant to be. We didn't buy him to be a 56 trotter, and very happy to see him trot. Probably trotted 57 apiece, 58 last night. So I was happy with him. Rose above it, first start back. He's still a 2-year-old racing against 3-year-olds. First start back was last night. I shouldn't say 3-year-old. I think they were 3-year-olds. I don't know if there's any 2-year-olds in there. Maybe there was. His first start back and his last start before he's a sophomore. He turns 3 tomorrow. We'll have him back in to go next week. He's going to have to take some time, right? This is a colt that I trained in 2-3, 2-2, 2-3 at Northfield Park. Came home and qualified him on a sloppy, kind of rough-looking day, 2-3 in a piece. So he really wasn't super tight. I think he was really only ready for a mile in 2 minutes. Last half 59, last quarter 29. Mathematically an okay mile. Not really as visually pleasing as I'd like to see, but I think you're going to see him get incrementally better. This is a mediocre horse, a middle-of-the-road horse, meat and potatoes type, that's going to continue to grind out money and get better and better and better every week. We'll see where that leads over the next couple of months. So Rose above it, race good. Jekyll and Hyde, race good. We got our girl So and Sue back at it tonight. And our newest boy, one of our newest boys, LD's Patrick, racing again tonight. Now I can tell you, Patrick's coming in razor sharp. I like what I see from this horse. Very interested to watch him race. Can't wait to race this horse tonight at Mohawk. We had a good week with the babies for the most part. Now Tactical Mounds fell down jogging, scraped her knees up at a precaution. We took her to the University of Guelph. They cleaned her knees up. She's going to need a few weeks off in the stall for those to heal up. Hey, stop. I asked you to be a good girl. Now stop. So it definitely could have been a lot worse. Okay, you know my hand. It definitely could have been a lot worse than it was for Tactical Mounds. A filly that looked awesome on open house day and has looked great for us since day one. So the time off, we'll use that to her advantage also. Work on her curbs. If she's got any splints, we're going to work on those. But Tactical Mounds, mildly unfortunate, little setback. Luckily, no serious damage done. She'll be on she'll fully recover in the next few weeks. Couple of horses that maybe didn't look as great on open house day that I thought looked fantastic training this week. Enzo Aguero looked fantastic. I put the hobbles on him this week. First time out the door with the hobbles on was training day on Wednesday. Circled the field, his own last half in 1:18, which is very good last half, and looked very, very professional and strong doing it. So expecting big things from this horse in the coming weeks. My 1% out there, if you guys are out there waiting to watch Percy go and saying, he made some breaks, he did this, put the hobbles on him also. Many of you didn't know this, and obviously we kept it quiet, but Mario went home for Christmas to Quebec, and Santa brought him and all his family COVID. So, and Mario and everybody was off. Now they just reduced, they just reduced the quarantine time for fully vaccinated people with no symptoms to 5 days. So Mario was able to start back today. So good to have him back in his midst, in his time off. I went with my 1%, and we put hobbles on both him and Cash Deals. Both trained very, very good. My 1% very strong the other day training. big last half and actually won his set and looked very good doing it. Sister Solange, we finally got the dentist out today to look at the horses. Sister Solange had 3 wolf teeth. And we knew this, you know, Johnny went with her in the open house. She's always throwing her head. And I told James, you know, and Johnny about this, said, I guarantee you that red horse, Crantini, and Sister Solange, and a couple of them, you're going to see there's going to be tooth problems because they never had their teeth done yet. They come back from Harrisburg, and when the dentist was starting to go through the whole burn, what had happened was we had some sick horses in the burn, and he couldn't continue to come, so we had to wait. We had to wait till after the open house, and I think that probably mitigated precipitated a lot of those breaks and throwing their heads and acting up. So Sister Solange definitely throwing her head and acting up and made some breaks in the open house. Now, I went with her and thought her out real strong the other day in Training Mile and ended up beating all our best horses, beating them handily with her. I guess not handily. Nothing But a Dreamer was there. James had Smoking Hot Irish Girl on the outside. There was a lot of horses did their work very, very well on Wednesday, but the ones that really stuck out to me that I have circled on here, Enzo. Now, I went with these horses, so it's easy for me to circle them. I'll tell you the list of all the horses that I found interesting, either from conversations with James or Danny or Johnny, anybody else that had went with the horses, or seeing them go myself. Lost Spirit was a winner again. It's little Rudy. He's this year's Rudy, apparently. He looked good. High Enterprise looked good again for Amy. Enzo looked incredible. Full Heart continues to look like a real heavy hitter for 2022 for us. Cutie Cumber looked fantastic again. Yeah, you're gonna come in. Can you say Happy New Year to everybody?
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year. You just mumbled it like you're drunk. So Full Heart looked great. Cutie Cumber looked great. Carter Michael Dio looked very good training the other day. Swinging Senorita, my 1%, as I told you. Marshall Zukov looked good again. If Fred happens to watch the video, he looked great again. Absolute Euphoria looked good. Put some gear on her. Murphy Blind head pole on the inside. Different filly. She looked awesome. Coupe de Ville. I'm happy. I really thought there was a concern this filly would start to slap at her knees the faster we got. Now, I did make some aggressive shoeing changes with her, but the way she trots now, she stretches right out. It actually looks like she's not going to hit her knees now, which is shocking, a shocking development. Very, very happy what I've seen from Coupe de Ville so far. James's horse, Hasty Bid, looked good. Sister Solange looked fantastic. Nothing But a Dreamer, Smoking Hot Irish Girl looked great. Tailgate Buzz looked very good on Wednesday. Cunning Connie looked great. Cunning Connie, as I said, sold out after the open house day. Exactly 50 owners. 50 owners on one of the most we've ever had, I think. Singular ownerships. Cunning Connie, not shocking, she sold out. She looked fantastic. Cash Deals looked good. And James actually said he liked Whispering Song. I hadn't gone with Whispering Song in a while. You know, she'd made a couple of breaks. I didn't really know what to think. And then James said, why am I going with this horse? I said, I don't know. She made some breaks and I couldn't go with her. He said, this thing's fine. It's a race car. It does everything right. I said, oh, great news. So that was Whispering Song. So those were the highlights of Wednesday. Obviously, the ones we assumed were going to go good went good, but these are the ones that really caught my eye or caught James's eye, or Johnny's or Amy's or Danny's. Very, very happy with the horses on here. So going into 2022, we have very high expectations. This is by far the best group of horses we've ever accumulated. Very deep pedigrees, very good-looking animals, very, very fortunate. And as I say a million times, and I'll say it a million times again, without you, none of this was possible. So, although I'm saying Happy New Year, the only reason I'm reasonably happy is because of you. You allow us to purchase these horses, train them down, and I'm very, very humbled by the confidence you have in us. So, hopefully, here is to a wonderful 2022 ahead of us, and a huge thanks for 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Say Happy New Year, Eddie Bear. No.
Happy New Year.
Eddie Bear. Say Happy New Year to everybody. Oh, it's just... Happy New Year.